Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors today. Man, today. It's Work Tough Gear Wednesday, a day yours truly started. Do I mention that a lot? I feel like I do. But you know why? Because I started it. Here's the deal. I'm really excited about this knife, man. And day in and day out, y'all hear me talk about I love this knife for blade shapes and blah, 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 blah. The kephart design is seriously one of my, I don't give a shit who the maker is. The kephart design is one of my all-time favorite blade shape. It's a working shape. It is a do-it-all shape. It is a shape that knife skills a lot of times are based on, okay? It's a drop point. It's just everything about it. And then here's the deal. Vic Lin owns Work Tough Gear, right? Vic Lin also designs a lot of knives. Now, the kephart is an old design. This is Vic Lin's take design-wise on it. And here's why I love Vic's in my top designers. And I'll tell you why. A couple of reasons. One is he knows what balance is in a knife. He knows how to make a handle comfortable. He knows what a knife user wants. He just does. And I'll tell you how I know that. One, I've put my hands on damn near every Work Tough Gear that's been out. I'm missing the Clapachi and that cleaver thing that I want so bad I can't stand it. Other than that, I believe I have put my hands on probably 50 to 60 Work Tough Gears. And some of the favorites are Vic Lin's designs. They just are. They work, right? So what he did was he took an old design, he got the balance right, nailed it, nailed the handle, nailed the overall build. He just did. Vic, great job, brother. I love it. Let me give you some specs on it. This is the Work Tough Gear Unihart. It's in SK85 steel. Vic Lin's the designer. It is dropping March 21st. Now listen, in the description, I'm going to put a link to Work Tough Gear website. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. March 21st, tomorrow night. This is dropping. What they've been doing is a few days after the website drop, some will show up at Knife Center and DLT Trading. If they're going to do that, I'll try to let you know, because I'm telling you right now, you need to get your hands on it. I didn't look the knife up. I don't know what the hell it cost. I'll put a link to the website so you can check it out. Let me give you the specs on it. The blade thickness is between 1/8 and 3/16. It's right in. Now, I pulled these. I didn't look it up. I pulled them. So right between 1/8 and 3/16. The overall length is 9 7/16. The blade length is 4 7/16. The cutting edge is 4 3/8. There's plenty of cutting edge there. The handle length, of course, is 5 inches. The inner grip is 4 inches, but it is comfortable. It'll fit your hand. The handle thickness is 3/4. The big thing on a knife like this is the weight, I believe, which is 8.6 ounces. Very, very comfortable in hand. Now, last thing I'm going to say about Vic's design. I am a fan because, like I said, they're clean. He knows how to distribute the weight, the handle, all of that. You know how that's been confirmed? Donnie B all day. I sent Donnie the Red Wolf, and I sent Donnie another one, and the name escapes me. It doesn't matter right now. But Donnie said the Red Wolf was design perfection. Donnie has never said that in his life about anything, especially when it wasn't his design. I about fell down. But Donnie, who is an accomplished knife designer, and at this point there's no arguing that he is, and he's very good at it, recognizes another accomplished knife designer. So for all those reasons, I love Vic's designs, and he's just a good dude, man. Now, this knife was sent to me for a review sample, but that's not anything new, right? I got a box of knives in, and I'm always so super appreciative. I really am, man. Really appreciative for that, and I'm really thankful for that. That's why, guys, I send a lot of work Tough Gear knives out to other knife reviewers to check out. I want to help perpetuate the brand, and I want to help get the word out. Now, I understand some of your complaints. They're not in stock, blah, 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 blah. I get it. I do. And I also realize, and I want y'all to listen to this part, I realize, man, that I'm playing with house money. I get the knives for free. I got it. Okay. I also bust my ass. There's not another person on earth who puts the time and effort in that I do, because I'm appreciative. I am thankful, and I will bust my ass and break my neck because I am appreciative and because they're badass knives. Now, let's talk about the Unihart. Here's the deal. I don't say a lot about it, right? But I love history. Love history. I spend a lot of time reading and studying and watching history. Okay? The kephart is a classic design that I fell in love with probably 3 or 4 years ago, right? I got to try out a knife from a different maker. It's kephart design, and it just blew me away with the versatility. Love the kephart design. Guys, my reviews are kind of a balance. I try to balance them. Sometimes I do a decent job, sometimes I don't. What I'm trying to do in my reviews is show you the knife work to the best of my ability. I'm trying to show you the build of the knife. So we might go a little harder. We might do some things you would never do with a knife. I try not to be abusive, but I want to show you the build quality and check the edge and all the things that we do. And then what I'm trying to do is show you how my skill set has evolved and improved, and hopefully you can see all three of those things. From time to time, somebody will say, well, the knife's not meant to do that, blah, blah, blah. And I understand that. And I'm appreciative for you bringing that up. However, again, it's not really a review. It's more a blend of those three things. And I want to say to you respectfully, keep doing that because it's good information. I like the conversations that go on in the comments. I think they're important. The other thing that I want to bring up is this glove. This is that soft cowhide leather. It's a welding glove. It's one that the fellows at work use for welding, okay? I have the big, huge, hulking welding gloves. I really do. We use them a lot for the powder coating because everything's hot as hell. But those little gloves, I like cutting, right? It's leather, it's cowhide, it's all of that. I also like to cut circles out of them and use them for strops. I just do. Now, here's the other side. This is a longer video. I tried to purposely cut out any bullshit, any walking around. And one of the reasons, man, that I've done that and gone solely to the narration, especially over the past couple of years, is I put a time limit on myself, right? I want you to see the knife work because that's what the video should be about. I've said many times, and people think I'm defending them. Not. You know, I'm not here to sell you a knife. I'm not here to convince you. I want the knife to. That's the goal. That's the goal. To show you enough of this knife to you to go, you know what, Scab may not know what the hell he's doing, but I've seen this knife work enough that I'll buy it. Or, you know what, Scab doesn't have the greatest skill set, but I just, I don't think that knife's getting it for me. That's my goal. And the goal of this channel changes. It evolves. And from the first time somebody said, hey man, I picked up this knife based on your review, I take that seriously. So for me, it's easier to show you. And I think it's better for me to show you. Like I said, some of you will never, ever do half of what I do. But what you do, I think you can cross over into what we do here. Now, this is definitely a bushcrafting technique where you just slam the board up and down. The truth is, guys, all I wanted to do right there is just kind of baton the wood in, show you that. The spine of this knife, I absolutely love. Again, classic kephart design. Starts out thick at the handle, goes out an inch or two, thins out, and then thickens back up at the tip. So you can make a bow drill. You can use that tip for fine work, but it's strong enough and it will hold up. Right there, what you're seeing is one of my all-time favorite things to do. I don't know why. I was the kid that you could give a plastic truck or a ball. I don't need a whole lot to keep my mind occupied. What I wanted to do too is mix it up a little bit, okay? With a knife like this, I just wanted to show you as much as I can. I've mentioned that, but I wanted to give you a couple different environments. I love doing this stuff at work. I stand up more, it's comfortable there, but I wanted to hit the stump too, right? Because this is a red oak stump. I figured it would give us a little harder surface there. And for whatever reason, I'm throwing it just a bunch. I really don't know what the hell I was doing, but that could be said of a lot of things with me. Now, you've seen a lot of batoning in this, right? I wanted to put as much pressure on the edge as I could. The other thing that Work Tough Gear does, they do two things. One, I think, honest to God, they have some of the sharpest knives straight from the factory in the world. I try to prove that to y'all day in and day out. And a lot of times with the paper cutting and things, guys, it's not about, ooh, this is an ultimate test. No, I'm just showing you how the knife showed up. I think they're some of the sharpest in the world. The other thing is, I think they have one of the best heat treats of anybody. I will stand behind that statement. I talked to Alex a little bit, from Aurora Borealis, another favorite designer of mine. They're working to improve that heat treating process. I'm excited to see what they're coming up with. You know what tells me? They're not satisfied. They're never satisfied. They're moving forward and they're trying to improve. That speaks to me. And you can see it in every knife review. Now, I've got 4 or 5 to review, super stoked about, but I'm telling y'all, this review's over. The one thing I didn't do, and I'll do it tonight, is kind of a follow-up paper cut. I don't know that it's that important. Instead of paper, I decided to cut this. Guys, we got a couple minutes. Oh yeah, I busted the shit out of my finger too. That wasn't a cut. That was at work. I don't know why I showed you. But we got to do this. There was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, the stats are all over, but the numbers hold between 15 and 29. Therefore, this channel focuses on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. 15, 22, 1, anything over 0. And all that means is, vets, man, we love you. You have a place here. You won't hear any dumb shit here about the military. You'll hear plenty of dumb shit here, but nothing towards you. I back the blue. It's not popular. I get it. I don't expect everybody to understand it or support it. Something I do. It's a personal thing. I bring it up a bunch. I'm just not going to shove it down your throat. These are my causes that I believe in, and don't ask anybody to support or not argue with it. Finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. And really, truly, honestly, guys, that one's very important to me, being an addict. You guys have rode this journey with me, and I'm forever appreciative for you. Now, back to the Unihart. Kind of a hard transition there, but that's what we're going to do. The other reason I wanted to bring this knife home, this was a red oak brought to me by Ricky Ricardo from West Virginia. Okay, so it is a hard piece of wood. I wanted to do some tip work there, just a little tip testing. It's not something I really get into a ton, but I thought, you know what? This damn tip is conducive for some tip testing. Now we're doing the J.C. Owens spin the knife in the wood. He said this was a phenomenal test, and I believe it is, to put pressure on the tip, like you were making a bow drill divot or something. The knife just held up well, like Work Tough Gear tends to do, and I enjoy doing them. Here I'm going to nail it into the stump for some reason. Don't ask me why. It's just one of them things. Guys, listen, let me leave you with this. I'm appreciative for each and every one of you. You don't have to watch these videos, but you do. You don't have to support me, but you do. And I am forever thankful. Thank y'all. Listen, thank you for watching this one. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. Love y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.